Hello folks, Gordon here, I hope all is well with you. And this video I've called Fantastic Four, 5. Fantastic 5. A Fantastic 5 football story. Now I'm drifting back into sports stories, I've noticed lately. And I said yesterday I did a video about Formula 1. And I said I'm going to do a story about NFL, American football, later. This story is about football, proper football, actual football. And I did say yesterday that you can see personal development, self-improvement stories written large in the world of sport, which is why I love sport, which is why I talk about it a lot in relation to my message about self-improvement, goal achievement and wealth creation. Now yesterday was the FA Cup, third round in the FA Cup. One of the oldest sport club competitions in the world, and in the third round the Premier League clubs, the cream of the crop, enter the competition and they can possibly be pitted against teams from way lower down the leagues. And this is what happened yesterday. A team from the 8th tier of football in England were playing against Tottenham Hotspur from the Premier League in England. So there were 8 tiers of level apart from each other. So a real David versus Goliath cup tie. And that's the beauty of the FA Cup, because if you're in the FA, the Football Association, you can enter the competition. Doesn't matter what level you play at. And if you keep winning your rounds, you will get entered into the next round. Now, Marine is the name of this club that are in the 8th tier and that were playing Spurs. And they had already won 7 matches to get to that point. Now, it's Tottenham's first round. In the round 3. That's just the way the competition works. I don't think that's fair. I don't think they should have it like that, but that's the way it is. Marine have already won 7 matches to get to that point, and their goalkeeper had to take a week off work from a supermarket to get ready for the match. Their striker is a PE teacher. Their winger is a bin man. The manager had to take a week off work working for a railway company to get ready for the match. A non-league team, they're not even in the Football League, but they are in the Football Association. No supporters at the match because of the lockdown situation. And they haven't got much of a capacity at their ground anyway, it's a small ground. So they had a campaign to sell online tickets, virtual tickets, even though the match was live on BBC, so that supporters could support them by buying an online ticket. And they'd sold 20,000 tickets. Because it's a real story for the football community to come together. Because this match, as much as any, shows how much sport, whether you like it or not, plays a huge part in the fabric and cohesion of society and communities. So they'd sold 20,000 virtual tickets, and the Spurs supporters, their opposition, had raised £8,000 themselves to help the lower league club. Fantastic. And their striker, who is a PE teacher, and their captain, the captain for Spurs is Harry Kane, who's also the England captain. And a lot of the team members from Marine, the lower league club, said that their captain was just like Harry Kane, but without the pace and without the shooting skills. And Jose Mourinho, one of the most controversial and successful managers in football, is the Spurs manager. And he was asked about what he thought about coming to play a team so much lower than him. And he said, to his players, if you don't enjoy playing in a game like this, you don't enjoy football, and you shouldn't be playing football. Because again, like him or loathe him, and a lot of people like him, a lot of people loathe him, he is passionate about football. So you'd expect someone who's passionate about football to say that. And he'd said to his players, if you lose a game in the Premier League, it's my fault as the manager. If you lose this game against a team that are 8 leagues lower than you, it's nothing to do with me, that's your fault. I like that as well. And I called this story a Fantastic Football 5 story because the lower league team got absolutely hammered. They lost 5-0. They were They were 4-0 down at half time and the game was all over. Everyone in the stadium, all the players, everyone watching knew the game was over. So the second half was a bit of a nothing event. Spurs scored another goal, 5-0. They got absolutely hammered. But it doesn't matter, does it? It doesn't matter. Lots of stories about passion, appreciation, community, about goal achievement, because some of the players in the lower league team had been higher up in the league in their career, but never quite made it. And they gradually come all the way back down again, but they were still playing because they loved the game. And it shows. There's another self-improvement goal achievement story. You might not make it, but you're going to have to put in the work. And a lot of the pundits were saying it shows that everyone at the top of the table, the cream of the crop, it shows the work that every single one of them, had to put in, knowing that they might not make it. And this is true in any area of life: health, wealth, career, relationships, lifestyle. As soon as you start taking any action towards a goal, you will realise very quickly how much work, effort, sacrifice and risk the people at the top, they took all that risk. They made those sacrifices. They put in the work. That's why they're there. Luck gets thrown into the mix? Absolutely. Opportunity? Absolutely. But the work, the sacrifice, the risk, everyone does that. And one of the players on the pitch, 16 years old, he was only 16 towards the end of last year, and it was his first game for the team, and he scored. He scored on his debut. But the thing is, he wasn't playing for the lower league team, he was playing for Spurs. That is a massive goal achievement story in itself. The youngest player ever to play for Spurs. Not long over 16, and he scored on his debut. Now there you go. That is an example of someone on his way up, putting in the work. Will he get to the top? Well, you could say he already is at the top. He scored in the FA Cup on his debut, playing for Tottenham Hotspur. But will he play for England? Will he win lots of medals? Will he be a household name? Who knows? He doesn't know. He might break his leg in the next game and his career could be over. See the risk? That's just what happens in football. He might make it to the top. He might be a household name. He might not make it and end up playing 8 leagues lower down, like some of the team in the Marine team. What a fantastic story. I've moved away from football many years ago because it's mostly about the money, and the passion got forgotten. And I prefer sports that are maybe more about the actual sport and competition and less about the money, which I got turned off football basically many years ago. But this absolutely drew me back in. And as I was watching and I found out about the story and all the little details, I thought I've got to do a video about that, haven't I, in this group? If I can't do a video about that, I'm preaching the wrong message. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you hate football. A lot of people hate sport, don't like sport at all, any sport. Certainly don't like football. Let me know if you do like football. Did you watch the game? Did you know anything about the story? And what do you think about it, about how it relates to goal achievement and trying and accepting the possibility of failure? Putting in the work, putting in the sacrifice. You can see it written large in the world of sport, exemplified no more than ever than in yesterday's 5-0 thrashing by a Premier League team of a team 8 leagues lower down than them. You won't get that in Formula 1 that I spoke about yesterday. You won't get it in the NFL that I'm going to speak about later because of the way those sports are structured. But you can always get that in football. If you're good enough, the opportunity is there. Nothing will stop you. If you're good enough in football, the opportunity will always be there for you. Okay, I got a little bit excited by that. I enjoyed that one. Yeah, good story that. Let me know how everything is with you. Signing off for now, wishing you as ever health and happiness, and I will speak to you again soon.